The Yankees have lost 6 in a row and are crumbling. But tonight, a crosstown rivalry matchup with the New York Mets might be just what they need. They will look to Jordan Montgomery, who's been solid all season, to pitch a gem and allow the offense to carry some momentum forward from last night's late inning partial rally. How did it all work out? You're about to find out. This is Yankees Game Night. This is the lineup. For the big series against the Mets, the Yankees look to remain in the playoff hunt and snap their 6-game losing streak. DJ LeMahieu leading off at second base. Brett Gardner is out there in center field at Citi Field tonight. Aaron Judge is your right fielder. He has one of the longest home runs in Citi Field history. Anthony Rizzo hit an absolute bomb last night. He is at first base this evening. Gleyber Torres back in there at shortstop tonight, looking to get going. Joey Gallo will bat 6th this evening. He is playing left field. Gary Sanchez hit a late home run last night. He's got 21 on the season. He is behind the dish. And batting 8th will be Gio Urshela. He is playing third base. Reminder, no designated hitter tonight because the Yankees are at Citi Field. And on the mound with a 5-5 record and a 3.47 ERA on the season, Jordan Montgomery. He has made 25 starts, pitched 135 innings. He's got 131 strikeouts and a respectable 1.207 whip. He's been very solid this year. I'll be back with a recap to tell you how he did. Pretty awful night for the Yankees. No defense, no pitching, bad offense, really bad managing. Or as we call it around here, a day that ends in Y. Brett Gardner tripled in the top of the first with 1 out. Judge got him in on a productive out. Game got off to a good start. I was feeling good, thinking maybe some of that momentum did carry over from last night. Mets tie it right back up. In the bottom half, Monty works into and out of trouble. Mets leave 2 men on base. Crazy play. There's a base hit to left field. Gary Sanchez muffed a tag on a great throw by Joey Gallo. He just didn't go down and tag the guy. He tagged him on his head. He didn't bend his back. It was pure laziness. Pure laziness. Gallo picked him up immediately. On the first pitch, he saw smoked a solo home run in the top of the second to make it 2-1. His 32nd home run of the season. Monty hit a wall, though. He loaded the bases. He walked in a run. Gio made a great snag on a grounder, but threw it away to make it 3-2 Mets. Infield single made it 4-2. Sac fly made it 5-2. Then you got the pitcher on deck, first base open, and for whatever reason, you pitch to James McCann, who hits a double to make it 6-2. And for people who say I'm a negative fan, or who question why some fans say Aaron Boone is not a good manager, I offer you Exhibit 927. He's being asked the question right now by reporters, why pitch to McCann there? And if he says anything other than, I fell asleep at the wheel, I wasn't paying attention, I was chewing gum, he's lying. Fire him. He also left Monty in the game too long. Gave up a home run to Lindor to make it 7-2. Mets get another one to go up 8-2. At that point, I stopped taking notes. It's just more uninspired baseball by the Yankees. They didn't look prepared. They didn't look like they wanted to win. They didn't look aggressive. Where are the men on this team? You know, men, like competitors, gladiators in the peak of their life, playing competitive contact sports as their profession. Where the hell are they? Because all I see is a catcher who won't bother to move his feet to block a ball in the dirt to tag a runner. And I hate to say this, Monty, because you're my boy. You're my guy, but I have to call him out. You got to pick up your defense, man. You got to be aggressive in that zone. He was throwing curveball after curveball after curveball in the dirt. You can't throw chase pitches without throwing setup pitches for strikes. You got to work the fastball in the zone, not change-ups up and away. If you don't have your fastball command, throw your fastball until you have command. You have to establish the fastball. Pitching 101. Establish the fastball. I see a manager who's obviously thinking about something else on the bench. You know how sometimes you're having a conversation with somebody and you can tell that they're somewhere else in their mind. They're on vacation. You know, they're just not in the moment with you. That's what I got looking at Aaron Boone tonight. You know, maybe I just bore people to death. Maybe you've never experienced that. But thinking about it, he's just not in the game. Maybe he's thinking about his off-season vacation plans, which he may be able to move up by a couple of weeks thanks to his complete ineptitude this season. I'm over Boone. Get rid of him. David Cohn said in the 5th inning that the Yankees need a motivational speech, and each of the 3 broadcasters suggested somebody to come in and give the speech. And their suggestions were Roy Kent, a fictional TV coach from Ted Lasso, and 2 dead guys, George Steinbrenner and Billy Martin. I promise you guys, they're not available. I'll do it. I'll do it. You want an inspirational speech, Yankees? Here you go. I expect nothing from you guys anymore. Nothing. Not a win, not a solid performance, not even a basic effort to compete. It's the only way I won't be disappointed. What were you doing when they were supposedly teaching you how to play baseball? Gary Sanchez, if you were any slower, they'd have to water you twice a day. Aaron Boone, you're so brain dead that you couldn't figure out how to pour the Gatorade out of your little cup if the instructions were written on the bottom. Joey, I know you hit your weekly home run tonight, but if I struck out as much as you strike out, I would seriously consider quitting baseball. Try golf. The ball doesn't move. You would be Happy Gilmore. You would be incredible. Although you drive for show, you putt for dough. So you got to learn how to putt. You can bunt, so maybe. Glaber, you have not hit a ball hard since before the pandemic. Wake up. Put down the video games, the Call of Duty, all that crap. Get your ass in the batting cage. Your swing is more messed up than a left-handed football bat. It makes no sense how bad your swing is. Matt Blake, nice job with the staff lately. If you looked any more inbred, you'd be covered in peanut butter and jelly. And Marcus Timms, you're going to be fired by Halloween. Have a nice life. And final word goes out to Brian Cashman on behalf of my wife, Mrs. NYY Recaps. She would like to thank you for giving me October off. Appreciate that, because this team is not going to be in the postseason the way they're playing. That's all I got. Yankees lose this one 10-3. Let's hear what you have to say. All right, we got a couple of donos here. Jesus King Chavez says, Gary said, if the team, I did really good the other night and we still lost due to lack of heart in this team, damn, it's sad at this point. I'm not really following, but I agree with your call to action there or whatever. It is sad. Appreciate the dono. Super chat from Ronnie says, no alpha male energy on this team. Team is led by a man who said he was bullied by an umpire a couple of months ago. You know, that's a great point, Ronnie. That is a great point.
Ronnie, the dono legend.
Boone has to go. He's got to go. He's awful. He's awful. How is this the most you can get out of a $200+ million payroll? How? How many times do we have to see bad fundamentals, bad defense, terrible throws, bad base running? How many times do we need to see it? Stems from the top, folks. It stems from this laissez-faire attitude. This, I'll chew my bubble gums and drive my fancy car and go surfing on the weekends. That's not what you want out of a manager. You want a killer out of a manager. You want a killer. You want somebody who will rip your heart out. I Ate Grass says more sadness from this team. 7 losses in a row. How do you win 13 in a row? Then you lose, I think, 4 in a row? You win 1 or 2, and now you lose 7? 2-11 since the win streak? How does that even happen? I've been watching baseball over 30 years. I've never seen a team go this hot and this cold. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Cool Rodri says, who do you think is going to be let go player-wise this offseason? Appreciate the dono. I got into that on my episode of the Frieze this morning. It wouldn't surprise me if you have almost an entirely new infield. Now, they're going to keep DJ LeMahieu because he's locked in for a while. I could see them trading Gleyber Torres. I could see them moving Gio Urshela. I could see them letting Rizzo walk, and I could see them moving Luke Voit. All of those are possibilities. You've got some big free agent shortstops out there, but you also have some big-time shortstop prospects. What's interesting about that, though, is that shortstop prospects generally can be moved off a shortstop. It's hard to move somebody into shortstop, but if you start as a shortstop, you can move to second or third or the outfield. I think the outfield is going to remain pretty much unchanged. I can see a scenario where Stanton and Judge are following the initial plan when you got Stanton, which was that they trade off time in right field to keep both of those guys healthy. I think they've proven that they can stay healthy this year. They've done a nice job. I got to applaud those two guys. I think center field, you got Aaron Hicks coming back, but if he's starting on opening day, I'm going to be furious. This guy has not played in years, and when he did play, he stunk. He stunk for the month or whatever he was in the lineup this year before he got hurt, took his annual 3-month golf vacation. He's got to go. I would personally, if they don't want to sign somebody for center field, I'd go with Estevan Florial. Let him play center field. Joey Gallo, I think they're going to keep him. I think they like some of the things he brings. He does bring good offense. He's got a great arm. We saw it tonight. Ronnie says, on a night when both Boston and Toronto lost. Of course they did, because they weren't playing us. Appreciate that, Ronnie. One more and you get the Field of Dreams hype. That's the
Ronnie,
new rule.
No legend.
Triple combo and you get the Field of Dreams hype. Sean Browning says Higgy should start for the rest of the season. What season there is left? How many games is there on the schedule remaining? It's like 20-something games. Sure. Start whoever you want. It doesn't matter. This team's done. They might still be potentially in a playoff position, but they're not going to hang on. They're not. They're just not good enough. They don't have the heart. Bob Tremblay with the super dono. Appreciate that, Bob. If you want to attach a message, I can read it off for you. If you put something up, I'll try and read it if I see it. Carlos Balladera says, Gleyber to second base. I was getting tweeted at by somebody who thinks that Gleyber should be at second base. Sure. Moving him to second base will definitely make him a more valuable defender. He's a better second baseman than he is a shortstop. Full stop. However, it won't fix his swing. Maybe he'll be able to concentrate more on hitting or whatever, but he'd have to concentrate a lot. This man's swing is messed up. It's bad. What do you want me to say? I don't want to be negative. I don't like being... This is why I don't like to live stream after losses. This is why I've been going with more episodes of the Frieze lately after a loss. Because this team puts me in a mental state where I just want to break my teeth. I'm grinding them so hard. They are so frustrating to watch. How can a team that Apparently I'm muted. Apparently, can you guys hear me now? Okay, I'm not, okay, apparently you guys can hear me now, so I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but it's back on now. It's back on now. TJ says, no matter what kind of roster we have tomorrow, it zipped by, next week, next year, don't think much will change unless there's significant changes. Yeah, this team definitely does need significant change. Sounds like, people are saying that that people can hear me. Some people are saying we can hear it now. So, Brooklyn says, I do read more than the donations, I promise. I see everything. It just goes so fast. And the donations are highlighted. So, you guys can see me or hear me now. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. This show has gone to shit because the mic went out. So, I'm going to call it a night. Yankees lose this one. I'll see you next time. Actually, we got one more. I am reading this donation because it came in at the last second. I'm not mad anymore. Just disappointed. Who gets mad? Is these Mets fans trolling? Yeah. Well, let them have their fun. They won. Fair and square. It is what it is. I'll see you guys later. Special shout out to the Patreon supporters and anyone else who has supported this channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it the old thumbs up and subscribe for more Yankees content year-round. If you really enjoyed it, check out the Frieze. It's the official podcast of this channel. Or pick up some swag from the Teespring store, link in the description. Thanks for watching.